I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, you know, he will get hurt.
And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford. A Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time. Finally getting the opportunity.
As the showdown inches closer, Terence Crawford radiates quiet, unshakable belief, ready to rise to the moment and show the world why he's different. Across the ring, Canelo Alvarez stands calm and steady, carrying the weight of experience and the scars of battles past. He's faced greatness before and beat it. Now, it's about legacy. With every passing second, the tension tightens. Two warriors, one stage, and only one will leave as the undisputed king.
Dealing with this.
You know, I've been in this sport like so many years. I had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's it.
Terence Crawford steps into this battle with the kind of confidence only a fighter at his peak can carry. Calm, focused, and sure of his craft. You can see it in his eyes, hear it in his words. He believes there's no man alive who can stop him. But behind the swagger lies a quiet truth. While Crawford has racked up 41 professional wins, it's Canelo Alvarez who brings the weight of war. 67 fights. Dozens of world champions. Years spent under the brightest lights in boxing. That kind of mileage, those moments of pressure, pain, and precision, they shape a fighter differently. And when the punches fly and choices must be made in a split second, it's experience that often makes the final difference between heartbreak and triumph.
Know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Terence in his bag right now, going third person, you feel me? But yeah, like Terence has every right to talk his shit literally here. He's being respectful and fair play, but the questions are the ones he's asking, the ones he knows are being asked. What's he look like at 168? Can he take the power? Is he going to be too small? Is he going to be able to deal with Canelo's experience over time, right? Even though Terence is the older fighter, he has, I think, 20 less fights than Canelo does, or maybe more. I think more than 20. And also, you know, competition level. This will be the most skilled, most experienced, biggest, strongest fighter that Terence Crawford's ever faced.
Canelo Alvarez has made a career out of walking through fire, facing the fiercest names in boxing and coming out smarter, sharper, and more dangerous each time. Every round against legends like Golovkin or Kovalev has carved layers into his ring IQ, turning instinct into second nature. Terence Crawford, as brilliant as he's been, hasn't yet stood across from that kind of raw, elite danger. He's dominated, yes, but he hasn't been truly tested by the power, the pressure, or the mind games of the sport's most cunning veterans. And when the storm comes on fight night, that difference, the battles survived versus battles awaited, could be the razor's edge that decides it all.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game, and if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the old.
Roy Jones Jr. sees the fight through a sharper lens, one that cuts past hype and dives into the heart of the challenge. For him, the question isn't just whether Crawford can box. It's whether he can endure. Because Canelo will bring power, real, punishing, unforgiving power. But Roy believes skill can bend that. If Crawford can absorb the pressure, If he can stay composed under fire, his timing, his movement, and his mind could all flip the narrative. This isn't just muscle versus muscle. It's a test of whether brilliance can outlast brute force when everything's on the line.
So far, there's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always tries to give them to us.
Yeah.
So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is can you take the punch. And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now, if you don't have a skill, you can't take the weight, take it up, because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. When you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you.
Shaquille O'Neal, never shy with his opinions, has thrown his massive support behind Terence Crawford. In Shaq's eyes, this isn't just a fight, it's a masterclass in the making. He sees Crawford as a surgeon in the ring, slicing through opponents with precision, patience, and a quiet ferocity. Shaq's prediction: a knockout, crafted not by brute strength, but by superior skill. It's a bold call, and one that stirred the pot. Because while some see experience and power in Canelo, others, like Shaq, see something sharper, something faster, and maybe something destined to win.
Everyone's talking about the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
He's the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring out the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man.
Right.
Like,
You put Joker over you as the best big man? Oh.
different eras
Eric.
for time. It's not my era anymore. Time.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA. Well, I let the people decide who. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best.
So-
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision? Or
Knock him out.
he's going to knock Canelo out?
Yeah.
So they're going to have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're going to be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay.
Now
yes,
it's back
yeah,
on. It's
yeah.
in September 13th in Vegas.
Yeah.
You'll be there. Front row? Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool. You're the man.
Trainer Robert Garcia sees something subtle but important in the build-up to this fight. He looks at Canelo's recent outings and senses a flicker of decline. Not dramatic, but enough to notice the snap in the punches, the urgency in the movement, maybe not what it once was. And that, Garcia believes, could be the opening Crawford needs. Because in boxing, timing isn't just about when you throw, it's about when you fight. If Crawford is catching Canelo just as the edge is starting to dull, then this matchup becomes less about the past and more about who's peaking right now.
I'm probably say Crawford versus Canelo because it's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
You do give.
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. Canelo's last few fights, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of Crawford. That if he comes out in his best and good footwork, Canelo is flat-footed. He his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes, throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe pulling it up.
Manny Pacquiao, a legend who's seen it all, weighs in with the calm wisdom of a man who's lived the fight game. He doesn't feed the flames of rivalry or legacy talk. Instead, he reminds us every fighter is different. Different strengths, different rhythms, different hearts. Trying to compare them, he says, is like trying to rank stories told in different languages. Each one deserves to be heard for what it is. And in this clash between Canelo and Crawford, Pacquiao urges fans to let go of the noise and watch the story unfold on its own terms.
Best.
What do you make of Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather?
Crawford what?
Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said that.
Crawford can beat.
No, Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment?
There's a different style, I mean, they're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others,
Do you think? Thank you, guys. We gotta go. Mayweather did against Canelo. Do you think he's gonna do any of that?
What, Canelo?
Did Crawford do any of what Mayweather did against Canelo?
That's a good fight, I mean, We'll see.
We'll see. Thank you.
Inside Canelo's camp, the mission is simple. Own the ring, own the fight. Every session sharpens his ability to cut off space, turning footwork into a weapon. He's not chasing Crawford, he's trapping him, closing doors, shrinking the ring until there's nowhere left to run. It's about suffocating control, the kind that breaks rhythm and bends will. If Canelo pulls it off, the night could swing his way fast. This is strategy at its finest, and the battle's just beginning. Don't miss it. Like, subscribe, and stay locked in for more Fight Night breakdowns.